We all watch our dogs get older, right? They start to slow down, their face gets a little gray, and they just seem, well, old. And it's so easy for us to just chalk that up to time marching on. But what if the real culprit behind so many of those signs of aging is actually something we can fight back against? So, does any of this sound familiar to you? Maybe your senior dog is panting, even when it's not really hot out. Or maybe their drinking habits have changed, or their energy levels just aren't what they used to be. It's the easiest thing in the world to say, oh, he's just getting old. But today, we're going to pop the hood and see what's really going on at a microscopic level.
And here's the big reveal. When we strip everything else away, what is aging, biologically speaking? It's this. Cells are progressively losing water. It's a really simple idea, but it's absolutely profound. At its very core, aging is the body slowly drying out from the inside.
That's the key term right there, cellular dehydration. And look, this is way more than just your dog being thirsty. This gradual loss of water from inside the cells, well, that's the quiet, hidden trigger that kicks off a really dangerous chain reaction affecting their most vital organs.
And just look at these numbers. It's kind of staggering when you see it laid out like this. A brand new puppy, their little body is about 80% water. But a senior dog, that number can plummet to less than 60%. That is a massive shift in their fundamental makeup, and believe me, it sets the stage for everything that comes next.
So let's play detective for a minute. Our first crime scene? The heart. Because when those cells start drying out, the heart is one of the first major organs to really feel the strain and to start sending out these distress signals.
Okay, so here's how it all goes down, just like a row of dominoes. The cells lose water, right? So the total amount of fluid in the body drops. And what happens then? The blood actually gets thicker, more viscous. Imagine trying to pump, a thick milkshake through a tiny straw instead of water. That's basically what the heart is up against. It has to work so much harder, which puts it under constant overload, and eventually, that can lead to failure. And this is where it all clicks back into place. Remember that panting we talked about? The panting you might just brush off? Well, this quote from a vet just nails it. It might not be that they're hot. It could literally be the sound of their heart screaming for help as it struggles to pump that thick, sticky blood. Wow, that really puts it in perspective, doesn't it?
All right, on to our second crime scene, the kidneys. And this one is a real head-scratcher. It's a tragic paradox where the body's own survival mechanism, the very thing that's supposed to save it, actually ends up making things catastrophically worse.
I know, it sounds totally backward, right? A life-saving response that basically declares war on one of its own most important organs. So let's unpack how on earth that happens.
Okay, so here's the play-by-play. The body's dehydrated, so blood volume is low. The kidneys sense this, and boom, they sound the alarm. They activate this emergency system called RAAS. Think of it as the body's 911 for saving water. Now, RAS does its job. It clamps down on blood vessels to keep pressure up and forces the body to hang on to every last drop of water. But, and this is the terrible irony, that same squeezing action puts a ton of pressure on the tiny, super delicate filters inside the kidneys. And over time, it just destroys them. So now we've got a heart that's overworked and kidneys that are failing. But here's the kicker. These are not two separate issues, oh no. They are locked in this awful, vicious cycle that just feeds on itself. It's a condition called cardiorenal syndrome, and it's basically a two-way street of destruction. Look at it this way. The weak heart can't pump enough blood to the kidneys, which makes the kidneys fail even faster. And then, the failing kidneys can't manage the body's fluids anymore, which throws everything off balance and puts even more strain back on that poor, tired heart. You see? Each one just makes the other worse. It's a downward spiral. Okay, I know this all sounds pretty grim, but here's the good news. Understanding what's really going on, the root cause, that's the first step to actually doing something about it. The answer isn't just about treating the heart or the kidneys separately. It's about going all the way back to the beginning, to reviving the cells themselves.
And the key is this concept called cellular rehydration. Now, this is really important. This is so much more than just trying to get your dog to drink more water. This is a targeted therapeutic strategy. The whole goal is to restore the right balance of fluids and electrolytes inside the cells, right where the whole problem starts.
So what are we trying to accomplish here? Well, first off, we want to decrease that blood viscosity, basically thin the blood out to give the heart a break. That in turn helps improve blood flow to the kidneys, which gives them a fighting chance and tells that destructive RAAS system to just calm down. And finally, the most important part, it fixes the electrolyte balance so water can actually get back into the cells where it belongs. It's about rehydrating the body from the inside out.
Look, we can't stop time. We can't make our dogs young again. But we can slow down this process of cells drying out. What we've learned here gives us power. Those things we used to dismiss as just old age. Well, now we know they can be cries for help from a cellular level. So the next time you see your old buddy panting, maybe you won't just see an old dog. Maybe you'll see a chance to talk to your vet and ask a really important question. How can I help my companion's cells?